Earlier this year, we decided that we wanted to start a farming business with chickens. And so we have been working on getting our breeding stock up and going, as well as getting infrastructure and getting all of the different hens and roosters separated out so we could ensure we know exactly what eggs we're incubating and what the breeds are going to be. So just recently we started our journey on hatching out our first batch of our chickens, and that's going to be our Rhode Island Reds. So we're super excited to take you along on this journey. We've got, look at that little fluffy face. Got one that just hatched. This one right here is pipping. This one, as you can see, is almost to the point where it's cracked it completely. Pipping, pipping, almost out, hatched, hatched. Just had a baby hatch, and I've got some in here that are a little bigger, a little dried, so I'm going to take them out because it's still pretty crowded in here, and I want to make sure that this little guy doesn't get stepped on and has the chance to dry up and everything, so I'm going to do that. I just took out some of the littles and some of the extra shells to give the little one room. There's a couple more that are pipping in here, and since it did drop in temperature, I put the styrofoam on top of it to help it retain its temperature a little bit quicker. This is the first time we've tried this incubator, and so far it's worked quite well. There are a couple eggs that are still left in there, 5 total that didn't hatch yet, And if we're looking at the temperature controls here, it lowered a little bit because I just opened it to candle the eggs to see if there was anything in them. This is going to tell me how long in between turnings. However, I have the tray removed so that it doesn't turn because we're in hatching mode. It's at 63% humidity, and the 2 days here, that means they're 2 days past hatching. So as I mentioned, all of the baby chicks that we have so far hatched out between 30 and 24 hours ago. So since these were all the same mom and dad's, I'm going to let them go in here for just a little bit longer. If I don't see any pipping or any movement, I will go ahead and remove them, clean the unit, and get it ready for next time. You can see I have it in its styrofoam container, and the reason I did that is because this is inside of a house that does not have any heating or cooling currently. So I wanted to take an extra precaution to make sure it was insulated, since this was the first time I was using this unit. And after I open the lid, especially while it's cooler outside, what I'm doing is I'm putting this back on there just to kind of help make sure that no extra heat escapes and that it'll get back to temperature quite quickly. Once the baby chicks are between 2 and 3 weeks old, we move them out into this larger brooder. And as you can see, it's got heat setups. And right now there's 4 little chicks in here that we hatched out. So these coops are what we use in the next step for babies once they are fully feathered out and getting too big for the brooder and don't require that heat anymore. So it really depends on the time of year. Once the chicks have grown out large enough to where they are big enough so hopefully aerial predators are no longer an issue, and they are able to be acclimated into their groups, they will be put with their matching groups.